So guys, here's our second video, and that is a set piece. And I'm going to send y'all videos on corner kicks. We're going to kind of be on our own on other free kicks this week. But first thing is that the people taking the corner kicks, I want Brian taking them for the most part, and then in descending order, Pedro, Ryan Searle, or me. It's people who've been consistent with getting the kicks in, so that's what we're going to go with. What determines which play we're going to run is the way that the person who's taking the kick leaves the ball. So if Brian puts the ball down like this, it's not so much how he puts it down, it's how he leaves the ball. So if he has one hand on it and then lets go, then we're going to run the first play. If he leaves it with both hands and does like that, then we're going to run the second play. And then there are some verbal cues too, just in case you're getting pushed around and can't see that. So Brian, Ryan, Pedro, and I need to remember that that's what we're going to do. If you leave the ball, it's like this, it's number one. If you leave the ball like this, it's number two. So what do those mean? This is what they mean. This is the first play. I'm going to do the other ones in another video. In terms of how I want to set up on the corner kicks, you see we've got two guys back. Hero, you're unfortunately, because you're very fast, you're not going to be in the corner kick plays. I need cover back there. Ryan, you're going to be back there with him, or Jesse, depending on what side of the field the corner kick is from. The point there, guys, is to hold the middle of the field and to slow whoever's coming through. Do not go for a desperation tackle. The most important thing is that we slow them so everybody else can get back, and you need to be yelling people back, okay? And the main thing is if you get an opportunity to just clear the ball out of bounds for a throw-in, that's fine, but we want to slow any counterattacks and make sure that we're organized getting back. You can't see in this screenshot, but Tim, you can come up to the top of your box, but you don't need to go on walkabout, but just in case there's a quick long counter, you need to be able to collect the ball and play it to somebody. So okay, so what we want to do, Brian is here taking the kick, trying to show that, there we go. Brian's there taking the kick. He leaves the ball with one hand. We're gonna have the same basic setup regardless of how he leaves the ball, so I probably should have talked about that first. Gilbert is going to be fronting the goalie. If they push you and we get a penalty kick, that's an awesome thing. If you are in his way and he has to go around you, that is an awesome thing. If you're just there distracting him, that is an awesome thing. It's keeping him from doing his job. Have your hands up, show the referee that you're not fouling anybody. That way if you go down, it's pretty clearly a penalty. I've drawn several penalty kicks that way. If you get 2 or 3 this year that way, that is awesome. So Chima, you will line up at the penalty spot. And they're going to obviously think that you are our target, which is great, and you will be our target on some of these plays. Cisco, you are my short corner guy, and obviously if you're a sub for Cisco, if you're somebody like Ricardo or Hodge, or even possibly David, somebody like that, you need to know this role. If Cisco's not on the field, Benny, it might be you, but you're there for a short corner. So you start off here and then you check to the guy taking the corner. That is always an option, the short corner, and the guy taking the kick just needs to realize what's the best alternative. I want guys at the top of the box, that's Benny and Pedro. You're going to basically either hold your space or move depending on the play, and I'm going to show that in a second, but y'all need to be there in case the ball comes to the 18 so we can take a shot. I don't want everybody in the 6-yard box and then we get countered. We have to have depth. Then the outside back, so here it's Jesse. You are back there making sure that if the kick is overcooked, that you've got anything that falls into that space back there and you can just recirculate it and knock it back in. I don't want you running into the play. You've got to hold your space. If the ball goes over you and they counter, I will be very angry. Same thing, Ryan, if it's from the other side, obviously you're in that role. So, okay, what does the movement look like on this? This is number one. So this is if Brian leaves the ball with one hand. I think also come on Fury or something, come on guys, is fine. That tells us that it's play number 1. Chima stays still on this, and really this is the most simple of our plays, but what we're trying to do here is get Eddie basically to pick his man off of Chima, and Brian is going to try to hit a ball near post, and Eddie's going to put it on goal, and then the other guys need to be ready to knock it in. Now obviously Eddie has vacated that space, so Pedro, you're going to want to go there. Jesse, you're in that space there. Benny, you're going to want to stay near the top of the box on that, and Cisco, you will have run to Brian to give him an option. What's equally important about are we in a position to receive the ball is are we pulling a defender somewhere from where they would have been otherwise. So that is the play that we will run if Brian leaves the ball with one hand, or if he says, come on boys, or come on Fury, or something like that.